Going to be the first Monday night game for the Rams at the Coliseum since '79. The Raiders had one there in '85. Tell me more about what's going on here, getting ready for this game, Ian.
I really need to know, Andrew, if Ramley is actually a thing or if it's something that Johnny Hekker just... Honestly, it's not terrible. It really is not terrible. If you kind of get used to saying it with the accent on the right part, yeah, I think Ramley's not bad. As far as what's going on here, you mentioned the tickets, Andrew, and as we speak now, season ticket holders do have the opportunity to purchase their own seats for this game, and then it opens to the general public just a couple hours later. And then, of course, the Rams are rewarding so many of the first responders that are doing so much important work now with the wildfires in the LA area. But it's actually going to be potentially an interesting dynamic because you're going to have all of these guys, all these people who have not had the opportunity to previously purchase tickets now have the chance to come to one of the best games of the regular season. And then, of course, you have the different situation with the Rams. It's a home game, but it's probably going to feel a little bit like an away game. They're going to be in Colorado Springs, and this is actually a great place to train, and I do wonder how much impact it's going to have just conditioning-wise on the rest of the regular season, Mike, considering they're going to stay out there and practice this week.
Well, we'll see. I mean, they're going to have a bye after that. As far as them staying out there this week and not rushing back home, the plans had already been laid. It doesn't hurt you to train at altitude, and it also could wind up being a bonding experience. Some of those guys got out last night to catch the Nuggets game. Aqib Talib was there hanging out with Von Miller, his former teammate with the Broncos. So sometimes you get away for a little bit, can change it up in the middle of a season. That could be looked at as a good thing. As far as the Chiefs go, nothing really changes for them other than the fact that they're going to get on a plane on Sunday, which they were going to do anyway, and that plane is going to head west instead of south and head to Los Angeles. So no major changes for the Chiefs other than they're playing in front of what will be a predominantly Rams crowd, you would think. But a lot of their fans were going to take off anyway to go to Mexico. So if they can change their plans and head out to L.A., it's still not a bad place to be.
Yeah, not a bad place to be at all. By the way, can we double back to what Ian used to describe the word Ramley from Johnny Hekker? Mike, did you catch that? He didn't praise it. He said it's not terrible.
It's an Ian thing. Like, you got to have an Ian dictionary. It means it's good.
I like that. I'm going to start using that. Not terrible. Okay. Also not terrible, $14.5 million. But that's what Le'Veon Bell turned down. He did not report by 4 o'clock Eastern and signed that franchise tender. As you know by now, he will not play for the Steelers this year. The Steelers were back in the building on Wednesday. Here's Ben Roethlisberger.
The thing about it is he's not here. He's not going to be here, so we don't talk about it. I texted him yesterday before the deadline, asking him, texting him, telling him hope he was going to show up. And if he decided not to, I wish him nothing but the best. He was a great teammate, a great football player. To each their own on what they want to walk away from.
Ben, not only the money, did you see yourself ever missing a year of football in your prime?
That'd be tough. Especially part of the great thing about this sport is his band of brothers and his group of guys in here, and being with them. It's kind of what keeps me coming back after so many years too. But like I said, to each their own. Each guy has their own motives and motivations, and I can't comment on him. I am glad that we want to talk about this anymore, though.
Did he text you back?
No.
Mike Garafolo, he didn't text Ben Roethlisberger back.
Wonder if he got the 3 dots where maybe he started the reply and then he stopped.
Like it's still kind of lingering there, and then you're waiting, and then you're wondering, am I in a bad cell service spot, or maybe the Wi-Fi went down and it hasn't gone through?
Yeah, thankfully, when I was in the dating scene, that didn't exist, because that would be a shot to the solar plexus there when you saw that and you didn't get the reply. I don't know what Ben Roethlisberger felt by not getting that reply from Le'Veon Bell. It's pretty clear to a lot of people that his time with the Steelers may be coming to an end here, likely coming to an end here. We'll see what they do as far as the transition tag going forward for Bell as he hits what's expected to be unfettered free agency, because he skipped that second franchise tag by sitting out for the entire year. And it became clear that once he and his agent realized that they were likely not going to show up for any part of this season here. I did have one agent say to me, I wonder if this is going to change the way that the Steelers structure their deals, if they realize that maybe they have to start guaranteeing money into the second year of their contracts, because they don't do that, one of the few teams that doesn't do that. I don't think so. I mean, it seems like it's a long-standing policy for this team, and as much as it hurt them to not have Le'Veon Bell, even though James Conner's doing very well, as much as they wanted him there, I don't see that changing.
Well, the cap space rolls over, gives the Steelers some wiggle room now to get some other things done contractually with some of their other younger players. James Conner is one of their younger players, Ian. However, he's still in concussion protocol, right?
He is, but it does sound, Andrew, like he's heading in the right direction. And one thing that the Steelers and Mike Tomlin said yesterday was that Conner was going to practice and was kind of optimistic about him getting out of the concussion protocol. All concussions are obviously different, and it's difficult to project, but that's what I was told, too, that this is a player they do expect on the field. But it is interesting, guys, to kind of take a look back. So the Steelers, thankfully for them, are not going to have to talk about Le'Veon Bell. I know guys like Ben Roethlisberger and the offensive lineman would literally like to talk about anything else in the whole world besides this. But this does put a lot of pressure on James Conner just staying healthy, because before they kind of had the security blanket of maybe Bell would show up if something happened. Now we know he cannot, so Conner needs to stay healthy.
And behind him, among others, a guy like Jalen Samuels, a kid who did get into the end zone last Thursday for the first time. Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo.